Hello,
Oh, hang on, I've got
everybody.
the corner.
Welcome to the stream. Look, it even worked. He's down there, and it all worked. It's magic. Welcome to the
I have
stream.
got my chat. I've got my chat on the side.
Oh, right. Yeah, hang on. Boom. No, you don't.
No, I don't. There we
Screen
go.
capture rocks.
Start again,
Oh,
shall we?
dear, dear. How is everybody? Are you all right, Jamie?
I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm doing very well indeed. I'm doing very well indeed. Apologies for my throat sounding a bit croaky. I'm recovering from yet another cold that I picked up on the weekend, but other than a croaky throat, all is good. Oh, my upstream bandwidth is absolutely shocking today by the looks of it.
Is it buffering?
I'm showing. I can see the live bitrate on XSplit, and it is not achieving the required level.
Oh dear.
It's not far off it, but
He's having a moment.
you know, I've got a fish in the throat. Yeah, Moggy. Yeah, I backed up some fish wagons earlier on down my throat. Oh dear. Right, what are we doing today? We're on Workshop Wednesday today. Sorry, we haven't introduced the stream. We're on Workshop Wednesday today in Train Simulator 2021. And Jamie has lined up a couple of different things tonight. So, Jamie, talk us through what we're looking at.
So I have lined up. So we have got North London Line Sunday service, which is by Dave John, and then we have got the 1300 ICE 1582 to Lubeck, and that is done by Green Dragon 32.
There we go. Right, good morning, driver. The line west of Willesden Junction is closed due to engineering works. Take train 2 November 51 from Stratford to Willesden Junction, low level, calling at all stations. There are no reported delays or problems along the route, but remember to change power to third rail before joining the Watford DC line just after Kensal Rise. Do you need to open the doors? I do.
Okay.
We are at Stratford. Oh, I
Lovely.
spent many an hour in Stratford.
Yeah.
This is
Waiting
the
for trains.
big bridge. my daughter used to just literally stand on here and just big arms wide open. She'd just lay on the glass, and my son would just look at her in horror, going, "Come back, come back." We'd sit here and watch a freight train rumble through, and some expresses run up and down here. Oh, the Great Eastern Main Line's a wonderful thing.
Definitely is. I love it.
Okay, it's time to go. Have we got any lights? We probably don't. Nah, who needs lights? Lights is optional.
There we go.
Oh, we should probably take the brakes off. No?
Yeah, I just wonder if he had the brakes on.
Huh? It's not DRA.
Oh, it might be the power. I did have this issue earlier.
Oh, the doors aren't shut. Wait. Okay. There's nothing wrong. Nothing to see here, folks. It's absolutely fine. I was just testing. Doing my QA job. And making sure that everything worked perfectly. Good news. Test passed. Everything is working really well. So that's good to know. Matt, feeling nostalgic today? Oh yeah, I mean I used to live just down the road from Stratford.
Did you? Oh, blimey.
That's for that eyesore. Enough said.
I'm surprised you haven't. Have you thought about doing the massive tunnel that they've got? You know, slide all the way down it.
That's what this is.
There's a massive slide there.
Yeah, that's what this is. This eyesore thing has a big slide. It's like some ridiculous hundreds of pounds or something daft.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how much money you think I make, but in no world, in no version of the world, would that be a sensible thing to spend money on?
Apparently, Neko Diva says it's about 40 quid a go.
Oh, it's 40 quid a go. Even so, it might as well be 40,000, to be honest. If it was free, I might go and have a look. Mostly in the hope that the designer is there, so I can say, "Oi, what were you thinking?"
Yeah. Is it safe? Apparently it takes a minute to get from the top to the bottom.
That's 40 quid well spent then, isn't it?
It is. Has anybody actually done it? Has anybody in the chat actually done it?
They'll be afraid to say so now.
Yeah, they probably will be.
They'll have me ridiculing them.
Oh, Tommy Danny's
A friend of
got a
yours
point.
did, but got mocked. The Eiffel
Tommy
Tower
Danny-
was an eyesore when it was
Yeah.
first built, but they all hated it. It has shape and form. I don't mind the Eiffel Tower at all. What's the shape and form of that? That's just basically I was designing something and my hand slipped.
Just like someone was going.
Oops. So just testing the emergency brakes. Good news, everybody. Test passed. Right, everyone. Let's be sensible now. Jamie, stop making me not making me fail. It's all Jamie's fault. Everybody blame Jamie.
God, the cheek of it. The cheek of it.
Represents the British love of a drink. Oh dear. Right, what have we got? I like this route. This is a really nice route. The North London line. We don't do this route enough. There's some really interesting trains on it. There's some really fun services, scenarios on Steam Workshop for this route and for the Goblin line, which is somewhat overlaps this route from Gospel Oak, I think it is. Hence the name. Gospel Oak to Barking Line.
It's the first time because I had to go with testing this scenario before, and it was the first time I'd actually driven part of the North London line, so I haven't driven it before.
Well, last week I think we ran a freighter down the Gemmell, didn't we?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so what would happen there is that the freighter... let me open the doors. The freighter would have come in down this way,
Yeah.
and then swung up here, run all the way along here, and around, and eventually ended up here in Willesden. And then that would have been... Then it would have headed up there, up the West Coast Main Line.
Oh, I see.
Matt driving is a bigger mistake than that huge slide is. Completely agree. But here we are.
Yeah.
Nope, you're driving it. It's all your fault, Professor P. Dang it. Foiled again.
Foiled.
300 quid to abseil down it. So £40 to be protected by a slide, £300 to have nothing. But a string. That's an expensive string. I bet you don't even get to keep it.
No, no. The question is, do you even get a certificate at the end to say, I've actually gone and done it? Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
Right, here we go. 25 miles an hour. Here we go. Let's have a look at some scenery.
Go.
Isn't it lovely?
No, lovely.
Lovely. London's a superb place, it really is. Really interesting railways. The North London line is quite an interesting railway. Just the way that it twists and turns and winds its way around the city.
Yeah.
Can I check my internet or talk to my internet provider? What, right now? We could do the...
Hello.
instead of doing a Workshop Wednesday, we could do On Hold with Virgin stream, if you'd like. It'll probably last longer than the normal stream.
JP's got a point. Jamie, me and you get a certificate to prove you have way more money than sense. Probably true. Probably true.
Yeah, quite possibly. Cyber. We are coming up to Canterbury, and then we'll be off to Highbury and Islington.
Nice.
LGV next week. In fact, we're going to be showing LGV on Thursday. That'll be tomorrow. TSW.
That'll be tomorrow, yes.
We will be showing off some LGV tomorrow. You switched to Twitch. I had to say that out loud, Northern Dodo, because it sounded so cool in my head. Switch to Twitch. Favourite American route, Geeky Cowboy? Tough call.
Oh, I don't know what my favourite American is. Oh.
See, freight routes on TS1 would be probably Canadian Mountain Passes and Donner Pass. And passenger routes in TS1, probably New York, New Haven, or the Croton Harmon route out of New York, because I like that whole area. And I like the mix of traffic, particularly on the New York New Haven route, where you've got the East Coast, the Northeast Corridor as well, mixing things up with the M8s. In TSW, Long Island Railroad probably my favourite route. I mean, I enjoy Sandpatch Grade, but Long Island Railroad is probably more approachable. But I have a sneaky feeling my favourite American route is currently in development for TSW. How about yourself?
I think it's probably the one we drove probably the Horseshoe Curve.
Oh, good shout.
It's probably my favourite freight route. And I should think my favourite sort of passenger route was the one we did the other day with the electrified, where it's electrified and diesel. Is it the North Jersey? That one?
Oh, yes. North Jersey coastline.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, I like that because you follow the coast and they've got all the different... I like that one. That was good.
I quite like the... there's another one in the same area that's also NJT stock. The one that goes to Morristown, I think it is, using the arrows. That's quite fun. I quite like that. This came in a bit slow here, actually.
Finn Sanities, what is your favourite Class 20? Well, mine has got to be the London Transport Class 20s. They just look so different. They're just something that I've always liked. I think we did there was a gala at the North Norfolk Railway not too long ago. They got both the London Transport Class 20s in and put them either end of the suburban rake. Wow, it just looked brilliant.
20s are all just awesome.
Yeah.
How can you pick one?
That is very true. Hence why I picked two.
So it hasn't registered my stop. Darn you, game. But it's open the door, so I can't do anything about it. So now I have to pull forward a bit more, and hopefully the game will be a bit less salty. Yeah, we got a lot of good feedback about that route, Golden Spike. The artists, got a lot of feedback saying the same thing. The artists nailed the area. Yes, we have red line.
There we go.
Morristown line would be nice on TSW. I am definitely a fan of getting some NJT stuff in TSW. I want to do a bit more around that area, but we'll get there. Remember S for stopping point? Nah. Tube fan, the layers are already in the repository. Adam, in fact, it's not even down to Adam to enable them. They are there waiting to be turned on, but there's no point turning them on until the memory problem is resolved. We're a hell of a lot better than we were. With a lot of the changes, the team have been working really hard, and the memory usage has gone forward. Has reduced by, probably a good 200 or 300 megabytes compared to where it was before. But it's got to go a bit further before we turn those layers on. And there is more work going on. So it's all moving in the right direction. But just hang tight. We're nearly there.
I've had an interesting DNA X Swift tag has said, Jamie, as you are the man of much train knowledge. Well, thank you very much. What's your opinions on the Class 156 and 158? Love to see them TSW. The 156, I used to commute on it quite a lot. It's better than a 153, but not as good as a 170. Let's put it that way. A 158 again is quite nice, but you have to get the right versions of them. If you get one with the chargers in, phone chargers and things like that, they're probably slightly better than the other ones. But you know, I'm not overly keen on those types, but they're still good. They're still nice. What do you think, Matt? What are your opinions?
I've not really ridden on a lot of sprinters. I mean, but they replaced the 101s with sprinters on the Gemmel a while, you know, back in day.
Back in day.
And they were so much nicer than the 101s. But then, to be fair, so was being dragged along by your feet. That was better than riding in a 101 as well. So it was not that I dislike 101s. I really liked them, but they had a certain uncomfortable ride to them.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
And so the sprinters felt like you were on a cushion of air. So, you know, I've always liked them, but I've not really ridden on a lot of sprinters since then. In fact, the last time I got anywhere near a sprinter, I had to go up for, I don't know, 2 jobs ago now. I had to go up to a housing association in St Helens in the north to help them with their call centre system. And I had to get, it was a Pacer and a 1.5 something coupled together that I got. So obviously I rode in the Pacer.
Yeah. Finn has also asked, what's your favourite Class 66? Well, mate, start. What's your favourite 66?
I like all of I like all Class 66s, but there's a couple of things that stand out in the 66s for me. One, just about anything GBRF have done in their novelty liveries. They've got some fantastic liveries, like the Medite shipping containers one, with the just painting of the ship on the sides, gorgeous. But then you've also got the I don't know if these are GBRF. I think they are the ones that have got the London Underground stuff on them.
I think they probably are. Yeah,
those are really, really nice. But then probably the one that tops it all for me is Evening Star.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know, a BR green Class 66 with the dirty great bell on the front.
Yeah.
You know, what's not to like?
I mean, it's one of those things that it's something that I've even sort of like considered getting in model form, because even though I mainly model steam mirror, it just looks, you put it in the steam mirror and you just go, wow, that actually fits right. It's strange, isn't it, looking at Evening Star?
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, Dad's got a double O of that on the layout, and it is nice. But I like all 66s. I just think they're a really nice, clean-looking loco. You know, they do what they say on the tin. They're powerful. The models for them are very, very good. They're nice and heavy. They can pull the layout out of the shed given half a chance, let alone anything else. So you know they're quite and they're good runners. So and they're quite fun to drive in the simulator as well. And you know, who can't beat ying 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 ying? You know.
The yingers, yeah.
You can't just pick a favourite Class 66. Indeed. All of them. I made a model of a Class 66. It's my second model that I made for a train simulator. Back when I was deluded enough to think that I could make 3D artwork. And I made a model of a Class 66 for a Microsoft train simulator, and I was so proud of that model. I'm still quite proud of it, to be honest, when I look back, because it had 3D modelled bogies and everything, which was really unusual at the time. Nice. Normally there was just like a texture sheet with a picture of a bogie on the side, and I thought it came out really well. I was doing it while I was beta testing some software called Train Sim Modeler and helping the author refine the software, and sorry, I just realised I couldn't see the signal. I ended up having to make that Class 66 from scratch 8 times because the software kept changing. Either my file no longer loaded anymore, or it had bugs and the file was corrupt. So I ended up having to it ended up being my test case. So he'd send me a build of the new code, and I would build a Class 66 into it one evening. I got it down to like 2 hours, start to finish.
Wow.
And Class 66 was actually included in the box ultimately as well.
Martin has said, how many mats work in DTG? Are there more hidden mats that we don't know yet.
There are a few. You know, there's even
Yeah.
another Map P.
Yes, there is, isn't there?
At one point, there were 3 Map Ps. It was absolutely not chaos at all. Do you use only DT's locos on here? You never hear any AP sounds. Correct, Tube fan. We only use the stuff that you get straight off Steam, and the reason for this is that A, we want to make sure that everything is fully licensed. The only way we know that for sure is if we use the stuff that we know we have a license for. And then the other thing is we want to make sure we're showing you what you get when you buy from Steam. So it's if we did anything else, then what you'd end up with. So I've had this conversation previously in the past at like exhibitions where you show something that's been customized to the hilt and it looks and sounds fantastic, and someone says, "That's great. What do I need? What do I need to get that?" And then, you know, half an hour later, when you've finished explaining downloads and copies and installs and upgrades and tweaks, their eyes have glazed over and they're like, "Yeah, it's all too hard for me." So it's like all of these things are out there. Everyone knows where they all are. But you know what? This actually is perfectly playable. It's really good stuff straight out the box. And all you know is if you want to change it, there are other options out there that you can change it with if you want to. So it's and it's all good stuff. So yeah, choice is there. You have the choice. Where are we? Kentish Town. Where are we going? Oh my word, Willesden Junction. We're going all the stops.
There we go.
AP have got some stuff on Steam, so we do use we do use stuff that's not just Dovetail, but the thing is that it has to be on Steam.
Yeah.
So we have done some AP stuff in the past on the stream. You aren't going all the stops. You'll be going to either Richmond or Clapham Junction for a full service. All right, picky. Right. Dovetail Games ever thought of making a tram simulator? You know, it's tram add-ons have certainly been discussed. But and I think at one point back in a long time ago there was an add-on available on Steam. It's no longer available, called Forum Peninsula, and Forum Peninsula actually came with a tram. I think it was might have been an old Leeds tram or something like that. And so that was quite interesting, but there's never been an actual tramway produced, and it's a different kind of thing because you want better interaction with road traffic than you normally get in the game. So there's some fairly fundamental things you'd want to get differently. Yeah. How much more memory needs shaving off to get the layers on HMA? I don't remember. And I can't remember where we're at actually. It's a lot less than it was when we started. A heck of a lot less. The team have been working miracles on fairly substantial changes actually. Like one of the things they did was they made a really big change to how the signalling system works, so that it can use an awful lot less memory to know what's going on.
Wow, that's cool.
You know, and that alone I think saved a good, probably a quarter of the entirety that we wanted to make. So. The team are making great strides in the right direction, so bear with them. Bear with them.
Rob Powell has asked, can we hear the depot whistle again?
One depot whistle.
There we go.
Has DTG considered miniature railways such as the Romney Hythe and Dymchurch? It comes up occasionally in suggestions.
Yeah,
I think it would be an unusual option. So not really a priority at the moment.
It'd be something very different though, wouldn't it? It'd be something, doing Romney Hythe, double track main line sort of thing,
Mm-hmm. Right, this is Gospel Oak. So this is where the line joins On the non-electrified section, you'd have the it's electrified these days. They run 378s up here now, but
Right.
on the Gospel Oak Barking line in the sim, it is 172s.
Ah, Turbo Stars. There we go.
Yeah, which are a bit different actually, because the 170s are hydraulics. They're diesel hydraulics. The 171s are just diesel. A 170 with a Delna coupling used by Southern. But the 172s have got diesel mechanical transmission. They've actually got 6 automatic gears. So they're actually quite different. Which I didn't realise until we did the Goblin line.
Be interesting to know which is better, really. Which motor works better.
What sort of safety systems are you using that everything keeps beeping? So the pings that you're hearing are AWS. So you will see AWS is that yellow ramp I'm going under. So that is a ping from that yellow ramp you just went under. And that yellow ramp is connected to this green light up here. If that green light was not green, then I would get an alarm in the cab. So every now and again you hear an alarm and I have to cancel that alarm. And that is telling me usually there's a reduction in speed in this case. Or it would tell me that there is a non-green signal up ahead.
Yeah.
Stopping here. Should think about that really.
Yeah.
Ping!
That's one thing I haven't actually travelled on these sort of overground lines on the underground. Bit, you know. That's one thing I've never actually done. It's quite interesting routes, where the overground goes over now.
Yes. Yeah, and significantly overhauled since because it used to be all Silverlink round here. And when it was when it all became London Overground, it was all cleaned up and overhauled quite substantially because it was quite grubby, this area. I mean, it's still fairly grubby, but it's just North London. It's a lot more pleasant to ride around now.
Yeah.
You remember the old 313s and it was grim? Yeah, no, me too. I quite like the look of the Silverlink 313s though. They're quite nice. The green and magenta. So that alarm, that wasn't an alarm that you just heard there. That's the... you have to forgive it. There's no guards actually on this line. It's DOO. But this train has been set up as a guarded train. So that's pretending that there's a guard going beep, beep, ready to go. In reality, it's still DOO though, so you wouldn't have that. So you're free to ignore it. What's the best turbo start? That's right, a thumper. Yeah.
Do like thumpers.
Have you ever considered the Bowness and Kinneil Railway? I think most things have been considered at some point, Muzzle. There's so many routes and so little time. That's the problem.
Yeah.
What type of TSW route do you prefer? High speed or more rural, slower routes like the Robin Hood line? I like rural, slower routes. High speed routes I find difficult to keep attention with. But I generally prefer to be... This is ideal for me. Start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. It's great. Something like LGV on TSW is a bit different because the way the gradients change so fiercely. I mean, at one point you're going up a 3.5% gradient, and then at the maximum extent that it can change the gradient, it goes from a 3.5% up to a 3.5% down. So there's some really quite fierce gradients on that route, and they change all the time. That you've really got to watch what you're doing, and that's all I ask as a driving experience, is make it to where I've got to watch what I'm doing. Keep me interested, keep me engaged, and the LGV definitely does that. It's really good fun. Whereas some of the high-speed routes that I've played and other ones, I'm just less interested in them because overall I prefer this type of thing, or picking up and dropping off freight, that kind of thing.
You like a bit of shunting.
Oh, the guard beeps, these things. That one. This is what the signal buzzer here.
Yeah.
Matt, what is your favourite TSW2 route? Ooh. Oh, I don't know. I might go with Munich-Augsburg, actually.
Tasers us, what route is this, please? And this is the North London line with the Goblin line. There we go.
West Hampstead.
Go.
Has Munich-Augsburg finally taken over Hauptstraße Rheinrohr for you? They kind of do different things, to be fair. But I do like the rich on traffic on Munich-Augsburg and the variety. You've got the 230 kilometre ICE runs. You've got the regional express, regional Bahn runs. You've got the S-Bahn runs. It's like, no matter what mood you're in, Munich-Augsburg got something for you.
Mm.
Except freight. Well, it has freight as well, actually. Yeah, actually, it has pretty much everything. Except maybe shunting. Have to say, really, really, really enjoyed developing or doing the playtesting for the 363 when we were finishing that pack up. That 363 is so much fun.
Oh, good. I don't think I've had a go with it yet. 363.
Does the screen on the side have any purpose on this train? You mean this one on the left? No, these screens in TS1 generally aren't active. And a couple of trains there are. Like the 180, you can do a couple of things with it, like log in and so forth. But generally in TS1, these screens aren't active, because making these screens active is actually quite difficult, whereas in TS World, it's a lot simpler. Has Dovetail ever done the East London line? I don't think so, no.
No, not one I'm aware of.
Brondesbury.
There we go.
Will thunderstorms be in TSW2? How difficult are they to do? They're actually already in TSW2. But they look rubbish, so that's why we never get used. They need fixing. It's got some really nice effects in terms of, like, the lightning bolt is completely procedural, so every time there's a lightning bolt, if you see it, it's really different each time. It's not like one texture. In TS1 has lightning bolts, but they're just a texture that flashes up, which looks quite cool. Once you've seen it, you notice it's the same exact bolt every time, whereas in TS World, they're a different procedurally generated bolt each time, and you get a really nice flash of light. One of the problems is that there's no sound attached to the lightning bolt, and the lightning bolt only goes up a certain way, so you can see the top of the lightning bolt, which is not good. So that needs some more work to finish it off and make it work well. So at some point it'll turn up. And for all of you you folks asking for dynamic weather, LGV. Do you think GTG will stop supporting train simulators sometime in the future in favour of TSW? Well, I am not very good at predicting the future. Is there anything on the cards currently for that? No. Are you aware of the snow not working scenario plan? See, the thing is, in scenario planner, you can't currently set the weather. So what it's doing is it's going based on what weather you had previously. And just happening to, because of a bug, basically, fall into having that there. But because when the scenario planner starts, it has a default weather environment, then that's Brondesbury, Platform 1, not Brondesbury Park. You idiot! Why didn't anyone say anything? You're just waiting for me to figure it out. I was like, yeah, catch on. Let's see how long it takes you to catch on. Yeah, so it basically works on whatever weather you have. Oh no, I did a Brondesbury. I did the right thing. I just, yeah, good job, Matt. Put on. What was I saying? It's probably not very interesting, but
I have no idea.
You have no idea. Definitely wasn't really interesting.
I
scenario planner. Yes. See, because you can't weather,
yeah,
and the default weather is above 0. It's above 0 degrees, which means the snow melts because Train Sim simulates that. British Ace, you know what? I have been really impressed at how well LGV runs on the Xbox One. One of the things I do is I've got an Xbox One X dev kit here, but it's set in to run as a normal Xbox One, so it does all the same performance as a standard Xbox One, and that's how I do some of the testing. But the team do the same thing as well, and I've been so impressed with how the Xbox One handles 320 kilometers an hour. It's just really impressed. So Arctic Petrol, in one of the scenarios on the LGV, the weather changes. Ooh. Like I said, I've said for a while now, the dynamic weather system has been in there since day one. It's just not been used very much. So I got the team to make use of it in one of the scenarios on LGV. So it's a scenario called Bad Things, and bad things happen. Kensal Rise.
Off again.
If you load a regular timetable in winter snow and then quit, start a custom scenario, that will give you a snowy good time for about 2 minutes. Yes. I assume it's a high frame rate tube fan. I have not actually tested it on there. Well, as soon as it is released, I will get it onto my Xbox Series X, and I will enjoy it, I am sure.
Binary run. 2 minutes isn't long enough for a Christmas song. Yeah, no, that is true.
Why not good things? Why not good things? Well, because actually, the name of the scenario we were originally going to call it "It never rains, but it pours," but that's not really a French expression. And so when I looked it up, basically the equivalent French expression is "bad things never come alone." So the name of the scenario is called "Bad Things" because of that. Kensal Rise.
There you go, and a double amber.
Oh, I've got it on the dev kit taste, but I don't have it on my X, which is sitting over there.
Mm.
Double yellow.
Double yellow.
Yeah, that's because we've only got Kensal Rise and then into Willesden Junction, so we're almost there now.
There we go.
Right, because of engineering works at Willesden Junction high-level platforms, we'll need to change power to third rail just as we move. I can't remember how to do that. Move on to Watford DC line before Willesden Junction. All right.
I did this earlier, right? It's on that above the screen, so it's on the.
Yeah, it's up here somewhere. Yeah,
it's up there.
Pan down, shoes up. Pan up, shoes down.
Yeah, we go.
We're on pans at the moment, aren't we?
No, we're on.
Yeah, we're on pans at the moment.
Oh, pans, yes, yes.
We got the Peters up.
Yep.
I bet I could just coast it, you know.
Atomic Danny says apparently you can just press Y and it works.
I'm just going to do that then.
Yep.
Trains have shoes now. They do indeed, Binary Run. Trains have shoes.
Yep.
I was going to say they also have pants, but...
I think they've actually put all the engineers in here as well, actually, in the scenario, so you'll probably actually see them.
Right. Sharp, your AWS. British Ace, we are indeed in a 378. down the hill now.
Okay.
Oh, hello. It's even going to tell me, look, press Y as you reach the signal. We've got a yellow light. We've got third rail. I'm going to do it. I don't know if it worked.
Did it work?
I don't know, but I did it. I'll blame Danny if it doesn't. And here we are in Willesden Junction. Oh, we're going into middle platform.
Look at that.
No, it didn't work. I got no power. Switching
There you
to third rail. Power change complete. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Danny was right. Danny is rarely wrong.
And we're in. Look at that.
And you might recognise this bit. Because this is on the Bakerloo line in TSW.
Ah, yes, that's what people were saying. They could recognise it.
You would go down that way and up that way. Bakerloo line trains don't go in the middle. It's just 378s that go in here.
Ah.
Danny says some numpty did this scenery too as well. Well, I think that numpty did a fantastic job, Danny. What say you all?
There we go.
Danny did the scenery in this bit of the route.
Hooray!
Right. Brilliant. So who did that scenario, Jamie?
That was... Where is it? It is... That was Dave John.
There you go, Dave John. Thank you very much. Right, let me switch over to the pause screen for a minute.
Right.
And we will head over to Germany.
Spleed Slayer is saying, if things go wrong with my TGV, I'm blaming Jamie. Cheeky.
It's alright, I'm blaming you as well.
Oh, thanks.
Only 5 penalty break applications. We're so easy to go from 3 to E. Watch this, guys. Matt, the trees in TSW look bad. Oh, triggered!
Triggered.
I take it, how's the stream quality? I'm assuming the stream quality is roughly described as terrible at the moment.
Looks a bit of a black screen at the moment. Oh, here come the Tommy Danny. You could say he's barking up the wrong tree. Oh.
Oh, YouTube's. Oh, of course, it's a black screen. That's why the bitrate's gone down.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah. Moggy says, is the stream quality better than the driving quality?
Ow. Ow. I expect no more from you, Moggy.
Custom Mitcher has said, Jamie found a great steam engine for you to try to drive the SB Cab Forward.
Oh, cab forward's lovely.
I'll have to do that at some point, definitely. I'd like to have a go with that.
The cab forward has this really interesting sound when you're driving it, where it sounds like there's laser guns being fired out the back of it. I remember when I first heard it in the game, and I said to the people doing it, I was like, "Are you sure?" The Nick's going, pew, 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 pew. I was like, this doesn't sound steamy at all. Sort of more Star Warsy. And so they showed me videos of it. And you know what? It does. There's these things out the back that eject, that do sudden ejections of something. I can't remember. They didn't explain to me what it was, but, you know, I've slept since then. So that said some things. Right.
Yes.
Oh, let's do some things. Open the doors. We are going Hamburg to Lübeck. All the way up there. So we're going to be going through bad, old and slow in a new, a good, new and fast.
Yeah.
The stream quality would be better if the camera was turned off. Definitely not JP on voice. Yeah, well, expect any more from JP either. You're all as bad as each other. I'm not saying you're wrong either, however. Oh, hello. We turn lights on.
Oh, there we go. We can actually see. Look
We
at
can
that.
see what we're doing. I haven't got my
like
numpad
Hamburg
turned on, so I don't know if
stations.
I can put piece of B on. There we go. Super. Now, what I don't remember, and I guess we'll find out. We're in forwards. We're in O mode. I think we might be good to go. Well, when the doors are shutting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember on this route how well PZB works, so I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Imminently. Right away, you made a part for Lübeck. Yes, it's a non-stop service to Lübeck in an intercity express. There's a 4, I think, isn't it?
Is it the other 3? I can't remember. Is it 3 or a 4?
It's that one.
And you're going backwards, I think.
Let's try going the other forwards train. There we go.
There we go.
New IC3BR407, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Don't give me that. I pressed Q. You're not allowed to give me that. There we go.
It does look odd on an ICE where you've got the little bit on the top. It does look odd, doesn't it?
Right, so expect to clear. We've got 40 through here, which is fine. We're in 40. Nothing to acknowledge. Still in monitoring. I am going to release from monitoring. Oh, BR155.
There you go, look at that.
Of course, with Habins wagons.
Richie says, why does the narrator of PZB sound like he's about to fall asleep? I'm not sure.
It is really slow in this train, isn't it? It's Marvin from Hitchhikers, yeah.
It's a nice route, this one as well. I've been driving this just to test this out as well. It's very good.
Yeah, the Lübeck route is nice. It's always been one of the ones I've liked.
Yeah.
Hamburg is a nice place. I mean, Hamburg-Hanover is another favourite route of mine.
Mm.
Hamburg-Hanover, of course. Oh, here we go. We've got to acknowledge this one. Reduced to 60. Well, we're not. We don't need to reduce to 60, but
Yeah. MDM tracker said when the IC3 starts up, it sounds like a cat meowing. I should think it's probably depends on how fast it starts. It depends on if it's a long meow or a slow meow. But Monkey should be able to tell you that, I should think.
Right, this is the signal with a 6. We're already in 60 limit anyway, so no big deal. Nothing to acknowledge. S-Bahn!
There you go, look at that.
Very brave doing Pisa B and live streaming. You know what? German trains and Pisa B is kind of like the ultimate experience for me. I really enjoy it. Even if I mess it up half the time, it's still fun.
Oh, DNA Swift Tiger said something else. That Monkey, dogs are better than cats. There we go, there goes Monkey.
His shipment of Jaffa Cakes 9 brew got waylaid and replaced with Marmite. What? What?
What?
What did I do for that? You like German trains? Nick K, yeah, me too. British Ace. Learning PCB is 100% worth it. Totally agree. Marmite. Don't say such things, Danny. Someone will be listening who can make it happen. There's Marmite Cornettos and Marmite peanut butter. No.
Now started something back. Oh dear. Next thing you'll be saying is a Marmite car and a Marmite house and a Marmite chocolate bar. For me, there'll be Marmite everything. Marmite freight trains. There you go. That'll be the next thing.
Yeah. Right, speeding up to 100 kilometres an hour, which is about 60 miles an hour, isn't it?
I think so.
Got an expect green, which is good. Going through Hasselbrook.
That's Robert Powell said, power!
Power! 120 coming up. More S-Bahn madness over there on the... That's where the S-Bahn goes off. Over on the left. We now carry on to the east. And we drop the hammer.
There we go.
Until Sifa slams the brakes on us.
Yeah.
And then the hammer is dropped on us. Oh, 120. Cut the power! Hamburg, 1 spec. It's kind of a big plus junction, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. Look. This is Hamburg, 1 spec. Oh no, there's 1 spec. This is the junction we just went over.
Yeah.
More green light goodness. Oh, 160. We are living it up now. 100 miles an hour.
Go.
Hamburg, 1 spec is not a nice place, huh? I take your word for that, Whitey White. Green with double green, good to keep going.
Is this what the new Eurostars are, basically?
Yes.
Oh, I thought they were.
Volaro D.
Yeah.
I think this is 160 line, yeah. There's no LZB on this line, British Ace, so it can't exceed 160.
Because I think there was a plan at one point they wanted to run the ICEs into London, didn't they?
Yes.
And I think it was they were waiting for these to be built, weren't they? Because they were going to, because obviously they're the same.
I seem to recall they did actually do it once to test it out.
I
Same
think
as they did a TGV as well. The TGV La Poste, if I remember rightly.
It was, yeah.
Although I think it came under, it was hauled by the little French shunters, wasn't it, if I remember rightly?
Yeah, yeah. Tommy Danny, they took the 3M into London. Yeah, did the 3M actually run under its own power? I can't remember.
I think the 3M might have run under its own power, but I seem to remember the TGV didn't.
Yeah. There we go, Chris. Was the ICE to London never happened because the Deutsche Bahn would need to refit fire doors, etc. Yeah, it's probably because of the Eurotunnel then.
Takes out of interest, what version of Unreal does Train Simulator run on? So if you're talking about this Train Simulator, it doesn't run on Unreal at all. It runs on a completely proprietary engine that was written for this game. TSW runs on 4.23. You want some working level crossings, do you, DNA? Well, let's see what I can do for you. Hamburg-Rahlstedt coming up. Replace all CIF alarms with Sam's voice, hurling something incredible at you.
Wake up!
Yeah, it'll be something like when the alarm goes off and you miss it, it'll be like, well, that wasn't very good.
Generation EDM, do you mean the whistle that the ABE 812 RHB has got? Rather than it's got more of a whistle than a horn?
By the way, you look at some of the livery designs for the contest, it is incredibly impressive what people are able to do.
Definitely.
That livery design contest has been fantastic.
It has.
I hope we do many more livery design contests because it's just the level of the creativity that people have stepped up to. That has just been fantastic. It really has.
Yeah.
Hey there, Vogel. How's it going? I was just thinking, actually, this thing's probably got FB. What am I doing? Oh, except I've got no idea how to turn AFB on. Let's just leave it off and not play with the levers. Unfortunately, you have no talent, Life is a Pleb. I've got good news for you. If you get Cole Narken on Train Sim World 2, you'll get a talent.
Hey! Oh.
It doesn't get any better, but unfortunately it might get worse.
Just yet, it might get a lot worse. The jokes will be starting to do. Watch out, guys, watch out. Get rapid transit as well if you want 2 talents. Oh, there we go. Look at that.
You'll get talent too, yeah.
Yeah, it's literally yeah.
And that is normally the sound of me being thrown off the stage into the street. Right, we need to drop to 120. I pressed the key. Don't give me that. Ahrensburg is coming up. We'll be able to pre-order the LGV route. You'll probably find out more details from the LGV stream tomorrow.
Yeah.
Greens. Have we passed bad, old and slow yet? No, we haven't. With my my good, new and fast, going by bad, old and slow. That joke was cold as ice.
It's ice. Another good one. Another good one, Joe. nice stations around here.
Yeah, it is just a really nice. It's a really nice route. Really interesting stations. We're heading for the coast. Lubeck is on the coast. Don't give me that. I pressed Q. Sorry.
I was saying that something I would like to go back over to Germany. I've only been over to Germany for one day. I'd like to go over there and explore some of the railways, do some of the ICE travelling and stuff like that.
I travelled in an ICE T, I think it was. That was my first tilting train. That freaked me out because I didn't realise there was a tilting train. So I looked out the window and the ground was there. I'm like, wait, what? Where's the sky? And then the sky appeared. I'm like, oh, we're going up and down. This is freaky.
Frazzle is asking for more Steam stuff. Well, I'm sure we'll do more Steam stuff.
We'll do more Steam stuff. We did loads of Steam stuff. Now we're appeasing everybody else that said, please, modern trains.
Yeah. Yeah, I did do a lot of Steam, didn't I?
It's all good. I'm a fan of Steam.
Yeah, same here.
Arensberg Garden Hawks.
Nice to see the back of that joke. Oh, Pete. Oh no, there's another one.
Power back up to 160 again as we whiz through the countryside.
Have been on Eurostar, both types of Eurostar, and 4 different types of TGV.
Oh,
yeah, because the TGV has got different variants, haven't they? Because they've got
many different. Even with the TGV duplex that's coming in LGV, there are different variants. Because we're doing the Series 200, which I think is the oldest.
Right.
But then there are other newer variants of it as well. And that's even before you get to the single-decker style ones, the older ones than that.
Yeah. Because they literally have duplex loco ends on the single cars, and then they have the older variants on duplex coaches. They mix it up so much, don't they?
Yeah. Fastest train you've been on in Class 91. I was able to take part in the Eurostar evacuation trials on HS1 when they first, just before they launched, opened HS1. So, fastest train, well, 100 miles an hour. Whoa.
Oh dear.
It's fine, it'll all be good. Everyone look away!
Everybody look away! Nothing to see here.
Speaking of evacuation trials... Shut up, Seafa, I don't need your help to stop. I'm doing a good enough job myself.
Geeky Cowboys asks, Matt, Jamie, out of curiosity, what's the most embarrassing thing you've done in TS or TSW recently? Rather, I know the most embarrassing thing is forgotten to turn the loco on. Lol. I think the most embarrassing thing I did was not putting enough water in the loco. We did a steam run in Germany in the snow, and I didn't put any water in it. Yeah.
Oh, I've never done that. How's my French signalling knowledge?
As long as it's got violet in it. The violet
I know what violet means. Violet means stop and enjoy the violet signal.
Yeah.
That's what violet means. Hey there, Salty Chips. I'm very good, thank you. Lubeck is next. 32 kilometres. You would have done an evacuation trial if you saw me driving a train into the station. Absolutely. Kupfermühl is coming up. Yeah, the French signalling system's not too bad once you understand the patterns of it. I understand some of it. KVB is interesting. I love the idea of a signalling system that tells you nothing. You're following an RB81 regional service that terminates at Bad Oldersloe, and you'll need to watch the signals. You may need to seek approval to pass the approach signal to the station. Man, now what watch what I'm doing. I like your positivity, expecting Matt to actually stop. Yeah, don't be daft. Ooh, freight train. What was on the front?
101, I think.
Something red. And narrows it down a lot, actually, more thing. There's a pair of 145s, was it? Good.
Oh, was it?
145s. Are they Siemens or are they Trax? Can't remember, actually.
Oh, I'm not sure. Let me go and have a look.
Kind of want to say that they're Siemens, but I know the 189 is a Siemens.
Adstrans.
Oh, it's Adtrans.
Yeah.
A Mattely. Dear oh dear, Pete Clark. Right, speed drop to 120. Precursors to the tracks. Yes, they've got a very similar visual styling to the tracks. But then so have the 189s. So, at least, you know, if you don't look too hard, anyway. Sharp! C for I pressed Q. Double yellow. We have acknowledged. We are slowing down. Will we stop in 0.8? OMG. Yeah, we're fine. We're under the trigger speed now. Well under it. We're under 60, so we're good for the 500 hertz. LGV Mediterranean is, I believe, 105 kilometers long. Now need to get slowed down to 25 and, well, you know, 0. Gently come up to the signal and we'll stop. And we will have a look at the map and we will see what is going on. Which is basically the equivalent of contacting the dispatcher and saying, "Oi, I'm an ICE, what are you doing?" Yep, there is no reason for that red whatsoever. GG. Thank you very much. Right, we have now green lights. However, we are now restricted monitoring 500 Hz, so we are limited to 25 kilometers an hour. Boo. Oh, Sifa, don't you have a go as well? Right, Sifa, 500 Hz has gone away, so now we're limited to 1000 Hz. That was greens, so get a bit more speed up and release from monitoring and drop the hammer. Longest route in Train Sim Mod 2 is LGV. Once it's out. Bad Oldersloe. Well, that added only 2 board. Why didn't it trigger? Don't you give me your C for Spremson. Do I know how long Southeastern High Speed will be? Whatever the length is of TS1, it's the same route. It's London to Faversham. I don't remember what the mileage is, but it's London to Faversham.
There we go. I've got some history about the Valero D. I think they're Valero Ds, aren't they? So there has been total produce, I think 17 ordered altogether, and they have the Valero Set E set reached a top speed of 250.8 miles an hour.
That's going some.
Yep.
Right, hammer down, 120 kilometres an hour. We are through Bad Oldesloe, because RB81 I think finishes. Or does RB81 go to Lubeck? I think RB81 actually goes to Lubeck, doesn't it? I don't
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Right, 120. That's us on the limit.
There we go.
Oh, signal coming up. Exciting. Oh, greens. Excellent. We can start paying less attention. Yes, it is possible for me to pay less attention. Shush. You're going to go to cruise sometime this week, see the Blue Pullman HCC set. Oh, it's gorgeous, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Enjoy. Have a good trip.
I think he's doing his first run, isn't it, this weekend?
Is it?
Yeah.
Cool.
His first passenger run, anyway.
RB81 is Hamburg to Bad Oldesloe. Oh, there you go. Oh, is it the RE9 or RE8 or something that goes up to Lubeck then? Well, don't get all excited. The speed limit didn't change, you fool. It was a signal.
Yeah, Pedalino Kid. Yeah, Saturday. I thought it was on Saturday. Yeah. I think it's. I can't remember where it's doing a trip to. Is it on the Sell in Carlisle?
RE85? Oh, okay. I can't remember. You want to go from Slough to Windsor? You know, so you don't want a long route then, sweet sir. Pub car will be the ideal rolling stock to come with LGV. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Trashing the keyboard, trying to get it as fast as you can before you get to the.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Aberdeen to Penzance. I see. You want a long route then?
Yeah.
Actually, you want many long routes. Train Boy, can we all just get a round of applause for Train Boy scanning 20 blank pages? Just
There you go. There's your round of applause. There you go.
Rheinfeld Holst is coming up. Harry, wait for news on Sheerness on the Southeastern High Speed. as to when that one comes out. You can get more. You get more detail on each route as it gets closer to that route's release. Tomorrow we should be talking about LGV. Not talking about it. Well, we're talking about it, but we'll also be showing it, driving it.
Yeah.
Going woo. As for me, I should be doing that straight after the stream. So no. Why was the DTG Instagram account abandoned? I have no idea, Alexander. Was it?
No, I wasn't sure. I died at first I felt.
Is Sam driving? Oh, tomorrow? I've no idea what the plan is tomorrow. I imagine I'll be driving. But if he wants to, I'm not going to stop him. I enjoy watching Sam drive. Is the dial of the lever box operational on the TCV units? I don't know what you mean for a 5.8. Do you mean control mode, speed control mode? Do you mean speed set, throttle, reverse? Are those the only things that are on the central box? Look at that scenery, isn't it gorgeous?
It's lovely. Look at that. It's got the two different pantographs on there. Well, as well, isn't it? You can see it from above.
Yeah.
It's got different voltages, isn't it? This IC.
No, it's only got the one pantograph on
It's
the
only
front.
got the one.
Yep.
Yeah, just the one.
Is there an AFB equivalent on the TGV? Yes. It has a speed set. Will you be doing a TVM 430 vid? Probably. If you really need it. Because to be honest, TVM 430 is pretty easy. It tells you. You just do what it tells you. It's not like KVB where it doesn't do anything.
Something I've got to learn is all the safety systems for both LGV and LZB and PZB.
Is LZB active, Liam? No, there's no LZB on this line. You will notice that there is no cable down the centre, which tells you that there is no LZB on this railroad. Yeah, TVM's nice. KVB is evil. Is it Cane Creek, Eureka 4 and TSW2? And he says Eureka about one of the ones being worked on? No. Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to Cane Creek, but no. The one I'm looking forward to is Clinchfield. I think that has the potential to be amazing.
I'm looking forward to Erosa. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I knew you would.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that on the list, I'm like, yeah, I know somebody will want that one.
I mean, that gives you a clue behind me, doesn't it? The other side, that's something. That's something.
Yeah. Is there always PZB? Yeah, PZB is always there. So PZB runs for speeds 0 to 160 kilometers an hour. LZB is used in two different ways. One is for high density. So Munich in the Munich-Pasing corridor uses LZB for running the trains really close together. Or the other uses for it is that LZB lets the trains run a lot faster, up to 300, 320 kilometers an hour. Transmission of one machine. Yes, indeed. That's what TVM stands for.
Ah, I wonder what it meant.
You can Google it.
Yes.
And 430 is the theoretical maximum speed it supports up to.
Oh, there you go, yeah. TVM 430, there you go. Apparently there's different codes for it as well, isn't there? So you've got code 1, code 2, code 3, code 4, code 5, and code 6, or 7. Yeah, I agree with you, the British Ace. Yeah, wonder what high speed will mean in 20 years' time. Be interesting to see, won't it?
You see a train spotter up there? We got photographed. Look.
Look at that, there we go.
When you start a TGV, there is a key on the lever box in TS. Does not work, but in TS and W, it is set to open. I don't know the answer to your question for 058, no. As far as I'm aware, everything that should work does work. We've got TGV. We've got one of the beta testers is actually a maintenance engineer on the TGV and TGV light trains, and we've got a couple of people that drive them. So hopefully it's reasonably faithful. It's a gorgeous route, isn't it, Jan? Alright, that was flashing. I just noticed that was flashing as we went past it.
Yeah.
So I need to acknowledge that, and we're already under 80 kilometres an hour, so I'm just going to take a gentle drop down to the 60 kilometres an hour that we need to be at. We're almost at Lübeck. Bit of diesel goodness over there.
Hydraulic as well.
155. All sorts of good stuff over there.
Yeah.
Yellow, we need to acknowledge this. Do you know if there's any TSW sales on the Xbox store during Christmas? I have no idea. I expect there might be. It quite often is, but I have no idea. Ah!
Oh, coming in. Oh, look at the signal box. Look at that. Nice double deckers.
Oh, the R218. A bit harsh on the brakes.
Yeah. Everybody falling over now.
That's fine. In the TGV cabin, should you turn the battery so that KVB is activated? You do need to turn it on, yeah. There's a big panel behind you with a bunch of switches. So you'll turn on the crocodile, the vac bar, the KVB and the TVM. Is PCB telling you off? No, Uvaigaben, I don't exactly can't remember what it stands for, but it's when I drop under 20 kilometres now. A magnificent station. There's a really nice photograph online which looks sort of something like that. Looking at the station, it's an absolutely lovely station.
Yeah. Lovely canopy. It's gorgeous.
Oh, we successfully completed something. That's gonna ruin my reputation. Hey, Game Analytic, we're doing very well, thank you.
Yeah, doing very well, thanks. Yeah.
And that is it, folks. Who made that scenario?
So that was, I think it was Green Dragon.
Green Dragon 32. Yes, that makes sense.
Yes, it was.
So
yes.
thank you very much for that, Mr. Green Dragon. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that little run, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching, everybody. That's it from us for today. Next stream, as I said, tomorrow. It's Thursday tomorrow, isn't it?
It is Thursday tomorrow.
So tomorrow is the LGV demo stream, so we're going to show off some LGV. So I hope we're going to see all of you and more besides tomorrow to enjoy some 320 kilometres an hour roller coaster glory. Otherwise than that, Thursday's the last stream of the week, I think, or is there one on Friday?
There is one on Friday.
There is one on Friday.
That is me and Natalie on Peninsula Corridor.
Oh, there you go. So many more streams to enjoy. Aren't you lucky people?
Yeah.
I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll have a look at some LGV. All right, folks, take care. Jamie?
Yeah, see you all soon. See you Friday.
See you later, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.